Next, I'd like to hear Mr. Jim Lark speak. I believe you head up the political science department.
It's not quite. I am an academic. I wanted to make it clear that I didn't want to have to work for a living, so I became a university professor.
But the one thing I would like you to touch on, Jim, is Jim does remarkable work with outreach to university and college students. So if anybody has any other questions for Jim later on, or needs some, some way for us to start reaching out, even more so to colleges and universities, I love to go talk, every opportunity I get. But if you could just just touch on that a little bit.
Well, first of all, again, my name is Jim Lark. I have the honor of serving as the Region 5S representative on the Libertarian National Committee. And it's a great honor to be up here. Of course, Lou Jasikoff's a good friend of mine, and anytime he says, "Jim, would you like a beer?" It's like, yeah, I'm there. I'm perfectly happy to join you for a beer. I'm absolutely delighted at the work that you've done to help build the Libertarian Party here in Northeast Pennsylvania. My colleague Bill Redpath said it extremely well. The American people are looking for an option. And the Democrats and Republicans, basically, anybody who's been paying attention over the last, roughly 100 years, realizes that the Democrats and Republicans have basically piled enormous debt on us. They've gotten us involved in all manner of wars overseas. They regulate our lives in all manner of ways that would cause the founding fathers to spin in their graves. The Libertarian Party is the only party in this country that's offering a vision, which I think is quintessentially the American vision of individual liberty and personal responsibility. It is we who are, as Bill said, we're offering some sense of fiscal sanity. We're the ones who are talking about a sensible foreign policy that doesn't play the world's policeman. We're the party that is basically telling people you have the right to live your life the way you see fit, as long as you don't violate the life rights of your neighbors. We're the ones who are showing real respect to our neighbors. And finally, I think the American people are starting to say, we've had enough. We've had enough of the big spending. We've had enough of the intrusive, expensive government. And we're now starting to look for the Libertarians. And we've got first-rate candidates here. Thanks to all of you who are standing up and representing the Libertarian vision. I'm delighted to be here. I'll be happy to chat with you afterwards. I could go on for hours, but I will sit mercifully. I will stop. And again, thanks to all of you for being here. I really
appreciate it. Betsy, maybe you want to come up. Oh, actually, do we want to talk about what we need for petitioning in this venue, or do you want to do it after some of us sit down and eat? And why don't you just come up and just let people know what's going on with your campaign, mostly for the benefit of some of the newer people that are here, but mostly for the benefit of Jim and Bill, just so they, when we go back to the convention, they can say, well, wow, what are what's happening in Northeast Pennsylvania? What have they been doing, and where are we going to go in the future? So if you just want to say a few words, and then Tim, and then Brian, okay, and then we could actually sit down and break away or do what we have to do, and you could hand out the literature that we need to hand out. Everybody here that's going to be collecting signatures tomorrow, we'll have the petitions. Betsy has that. We'll give you the signs. Okay, I believe we're allowed to put signs up right where we're going. And then, of course, we have the literature for each of the candidates that we'll hand out afterwards, and we'll go from there. So, Betsy, if you want to say a few words, and then Brian, or Tim, and then Brian.
I really appreciate you guys coming out tonight, and boy, am I looking forward to tomorrow. I went to the coffee place today, and I said, we need 100 of these petitions. That's 5,000 signatures. So that's a big goal. That's a big goal. Now, we've already gathered a bunch. That Tim over there is a slave driver. He had me out yesterday. We're walking and walking and walking. And, but of course, I got 4 yard signs for him yesterday and 1 today. And then we did, I don't know how many petition signatures. 27 yesterday I got. But you guys are right. People are ready for a change. Once they find out that we are fiscally conservative, want to fight the waste and mismanagement in Harrisburg, to watch and help so that people aren't losing their homes because of property taxes. You know, in Pennsylvania, if we just get our state government under control, we could eliminate property taxes. Now, wouldn't that be a great thing? We have other people saying, oh, we could tax more on this and this, or tax more different items. But no, you know what? If we cut their spending enough, we can eliminate property taxes so that the people in our state aren't losing their homes. Well, I'll tell you, they're like, where do I sign? They're ready. They're ready for a change. Trying to think what other experiences we've had out there on the campaign trail.
Betsy, you ran for state auditor, and you're the first Libertarian that got over 100,000 votes here in Pennsylvania. Is that correct?
184,000. Yeah, that was an exciting day. That was in 2008, and one thing I learned when I ran in 2004 against Arlen Specter, and I had to debate him on C-SPAN, and I had never debated anybody in my life, and I had to do it twice. I have no fear of anything ever again. It scared me to death. And now I'm ready. I'm like, okay, bring on Reagan, UD check, bring on Steve Urban.
You got these guys scared.
I am ready. I can't wait for the debates, because there's nothing after doing that with cameras and lights, and there's nothing that can scare me now. And you know, when you guys are out working tomorrow, I was talking to Lou's daughter, Kim. You know, you don't have to worry about always saying the right thing. It takes practice. She's a beginner, she said. I said, don't worry about it. You know, it'll come. You just look at people, you say, you know, we're just trying to get Libertarian candidates on the ballot for November. A little competition never hurt anybody. And actually, a lot of competition might hurt them in the long run, which is what we're striving for. But don't be nervous. And, you know, all of you will have my cell phone number. If you have any questions, or if you see any improprieties at the poll that you feel, I'm a judge of elections, so I can answer those questions also, because you guys will be there witnessing these things. So if you see elected officials or people who are candidates hanging out inside the polls, shaking hands and stuff, you call me. So I think that's about it.
Thank you.
And thanks again.
I just wanted to say a few words just before Tim came up. One of the reasons, another one of the reasons I'm very excited about what we're doing and where we're going is the quality of the candidates. Now, Tim is not going to talk about this about himself, so I'm going to say it for the benefit of the people that do not know him here. Tim went to the local high school, the local college, made his way through nursing school, 3 tours in Iraq, 5 humanitarian awards. Peg, his wife, has been out with him day in and day out. She has a hair salon locally. They are part of the community. They're part of the fabric of the community that they're actually running in. This, to me, is what is huge. This is what it's all about. I forget when you and me first sat down at the diner and talked about what the plans were going to be, but I think you've been going since probably November, Tim. So just come say a few words, let people know where you're going and what your plans are, and we'll go from there.